Welcome to the Roy Anthony and every Tuesday and every Thursday. Y'all tap in.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Roy
Is
Anthony
anybody out
Show
there?
is the spot to be, baby.
Hey, tune in. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the homie Big Hank and Cynthia. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. The Roy Anthony Show. And it's featuring the co-host Big Hank and Cynthia. It's the hottest show, homie, on the West Coast. Everybody tune in, you dig it? It's funny as hell, my dude. It's when we can kick
every Tuesday.
Everything is going
every
down.
Thursday.
They about to do the most. It ain't a confrontation, it's a conversation, homie. Yo, on the weekends, the Roy Anthony
Every
Show.
Tuesday.
It's through the week, homie. The Roy
Every
Anthony
Thursday.
Show. What you listening to? The Roy Anthony Show. Come on and get a
Tap in.
before we gotta
Tap
go.
in.
We got so many different people representing the Martin Luther King parade. Comedian Roy Anthony is very blessed to be seeing all the different people. How my people's doing? Look at all the different beautiful people. How you doing? And stuff. We got all types of races. Everybody come on one accord and stuff. Y'all being videotaped, so yeah, there it is right there. He can hear everything. How you doing? We got safetyness. How you doing? We see you representing the Martin Luther King parade, and you want to tell us your name and everything?
Sure, Bill Logan,
Bill Logan?
right? Resident of Long Beach for 20 years.
All right, all right.
Retired handyman.
And so what does the Martin Luther King mean to you, man?
Martin Luther King means to me equality for us all. Years ago it had to do with race. Now it has to do with maybe class, money, whatever. I also love Martin Luther King because his movement was based on peace. And also justice, too.
Okay, man, I appreciate What does Martin Luther King mean to you?
Freedom and equality. And equality.
She said that was some sass, Fred. Snatch the microphone. Y'all got a lot of energy here. Well, we're looking forward to seeing y'all performances, okay? For real. I'm Roy Anthony. And my name is Roy Anthony. Let me hear the same. Okay, let me hear y'all shout Roy Anthony out. I'll do that. What Martin Luther King parade mean to y'all?
Celebration about Martin Luther King.
Okay, you know who he was then, right?
Yeah.
About that peace and equality, huh? Okay,
Yeah.
man, I'm looking forward. Y'all's good. Hey, y'all some nice gentlemen. Thank you for your time. Y'all question. What does the Martin Luther King Day mean to you?
To me, it means like all of us being equal. You know, I think what he did was great, and like we all get to be equal, and like it's a big thing in our society now.
That is a very good answer. Very good answer. Because we all ain't nobody better than nobody. Especially like if I was in an accident and I need some blood, I don't care what race you is. You may not even have my blood type, but I need some blood to make a difference.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, y'all keep it smiling. Somebody tell me what do Martin Luther King mean to you? No, what it mean to you? Freedom, there you go. Look how y'all out here on a Saturday morning dressed representing the Jackrabbits for freedom, right? And y'all all look beautiful too and stuff, man. Y'all can give another shout out to Roy Anthony. Y'all give a shout out to Roy Anthony.
Writing in MBS, My Black Skin T-shirts and apparel, and what we're doing and because of the 100 Black Men of Long Beach, we have the opportunity to sell an item that helps to inspire, uplift, incite, encourage, educate young black minds with simple yet powerful statements such as, my black skin is loved, or my black skin is historical, and most importantly, my black skin is college bound. That's one of the wonderful things that mentoring does through the organizations such as the 100 Black Men of Long Beach to help these young kids see that there is indeed a future and perhaps live out the dream that Martin Luther King initially started.
know what? That was so honorable. I thank you for that too. And you know, I'm a stand-up comedian and stuff. You busted your jacket open and stuff. I like, Lord have mercy.
Honestly, I believe that if you believe something, you will wear it across your chest. If you believe it, you will wear it across your chest.
That's right.
Just like Superman put his there, just like Scarlet Letter had to wear hers. If you believe something, you will put it on your chest.
Especially with a chest like this. Y'all know I'm a comedian. Comedian Roy Anthony, you are?
Chili Most.
Chili Most.
Chili Most from coast to coast.
From coast to coast. Y'all heard that. That means from the West Coast to the East Coast.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
so what you represent today?
Well, you know, first of all, we got a song called Fight for Your Rights. It's a dedication to Dr. King.
Your father? The father? Man, I love to see the father. These are all your babies. You brought them to the Martin Luther King parade. Tell them what the Martin Luther King mean to you, man.
Oh, that's good. It means a lot to
Bring the kids to find out what Martin Luther King was.
Yeah, he's all about freedom, equality. Hi. 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 He said, you trying to get my bottle. I ain't messing with you. What's up, man? What's your name?
Caesar.
Caesar. And so, you like to parade? You about to see a lot of stuff, too. Horses and everything. All right, man. God bless you, Father. Now, all right. Counseling. May I ask you, what does Martin Luther King mean to you?
Well, you know, he was an incredible leader with a vision that many of us can't even relate to. To this day, he really helps us by the wonderful things that he said. You know, one of the things that, and actually I wrote this down, I was looking up some of his quotes, and the one that really hit out to me the most was, darkness cannot drive out darkness, only light can do that. Hatred cannot drive out hatred, only love can do that.
You know what? Thank you.
That's what we got to live by.
You know what? You took the time to look up quotes. Some people know Martin Luther King, but really don't know his speeches and his words. And I remember I read a poem that was talking about he was tired. And when I said the poem, people were like, that ain't no Martin Luther King speech. And what you just said, and the quotes that he said, is something you can actually live by from your heart.
Exactly. You know, and if we could all do that, the world would be a better place today, wouldn't it?
Yes, ma'am. Well, when you vote, when it's time to vote, I'm voting for you. You done touched my heart and stuff. It is an honor to be in the car with you. We're with
Councilwoman Ray Gabelich from the 8th District in Long Beach.
We're coming through the neighborhoods of Long Beach. Comedian Roy, on Martin Luther King Day, this parade mean to you?
It means a great deal because it gives me the incentive to see how things have progressed over through the years, and hopefully the young people will understand what's going on and keep it alive.
Yes, sir. Well, we got some young folks that, well, they're enthusiastic back there, and it's all types of races of people, and we just loving that and stuff. That's what it's about, too, right? And so God bless y'all. We really appreciate it. It's been a very long time since I was able to ride in a convertible with a police officer, and I feel very protected. Who am I riding with?
Officer Kent.
Officer Kent. And it's comedian Roy Anthony. How was it feel like being in the parade, sir?
It's my first time. It's pretty good. I like the culture. It's a good experience.
And is this your official police car?
This is pretty much for show. So.
Okay, you with it?
Yeah.
Well, man, you know what? It is an honor. We thank you, man, because people like yourself was professional. You represent. You could have been doing anything else on a Saturday, but you chose to do this. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right, Officer King, I'm saying thank you.
Martin Luther King Day, unite, no segregation. You feel me?
That's right.
This our day.
Non-violence and stuff. Non-violence. Cameras, they keeping it. I said non-violence, right?
Keep the peace, man.
Y'all hearing it from official Long Beach cast, man. God bless y'all, man. Y'all can see we got access to everything. I done rode in police cars. I done been in convertibles. Roy Anthony feels so free. I just want to say thank you, Martin Luther King, because you have made this happen. And so if it wasn't for Martin Luther King, I don't think none of this was possible. And so we got my man right here. God bless. If it wasn't for Martin Luther King, I don't think that I would ever be in something like this. This is mostly incredible.
What it do? What's up with you, Big Hank?
What's up, Roy Anthony, man? That was awesome, man. You did that like a professional. I'm talking about, man, like a nigga been doing that for his whole life, man.
Yeah.
You did.
Hey, man, when they picked me to be like the urban MC, right? It was really like 2 hours and stuff, but
I've been in the Martin Luther King parade. Matter of fact, well, I was in it this year, and I've been in it a few years back when we had the hashtag Save Long Beach, and then I've been in it with Dream Dads, man. And Long Beach is my town. I was in it I remember when they first started doing it. So yeah, go way back, man. When it used to be, that's when they made Martin Luther King. Martin Luther King Street used to be California Street, and they changed it to Martin Luther King Street, man. I was there. I know. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And man, the things, when we talk about Long Beach and stuff, I'm gonna get it because we haven't even did the credit. I just went from the opening songs into that. And but you know what I'm about to miss, bro? They ended the Bob Marley Fest.
Why you gonna miss that? What happened?
Man, you remember it was every year.
Oh,
at the Long Beach.
Downtown. Down at the pool.
Man, I was going, man. That was my thing, man.
Yes, sir.
Oh man, they ended it, but they have a movie. I guess it's dealing with the movie. It seems like that's the #1 movie since all these states is opening up, being legal for cannabis. Now Bob Marley movie about to come out and be a hit.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Hey, everybody, I want to say welcome to the Roy Anthony Show with my co-stars. You see Big Hank is in the house. Cynthia Joy be popping in if she's not in something that's in dire situation herself. We want to thank everybody who's tuning in to the Roy Anthony Show, which is on the WO platform, which was created to bring awareness to how our veterans, not just our veterans, but our veterans commit suicide. That's what this platform was based upon, to where it's been expanded to our teenagers committed suicide and the general public. And me and Big Hank has been ambassadors of the WO, bringing freedom of speech from us as coming from a different way of looking at it than way some of the cats is, knowing that we still in accordance with each other. And today's subject is going to fall up under that a little bit. Me and Big Hank have had the woes of where typical life how it suits to, until we had Lord on our side. Once we got God on our sides and recognized, we've been able to be ambassadors not only through our talking and testifying of our life, but our stand-up comedy. But like I said, the WO Entertainment though, which was created by Richie King, aka Redneck Pimp, that's the stage name, along with the co-creator Goose, our social producers Blue Phoenix, Ethan Daly. I gotta edit that title and stuff because one of the sponsors is not there no more, and we used to show their faces. But it's no cool. It's all good though. Still recognizing for the past work that they've done with us. Give a shout out to our neighbors, the BV Nation, that's back with veterans. That's with Carl Loomis and their family and all their partners and stuff, J Dub and all them with y'all. Then we got the Long Beach All Stars, which I consider the cities of Long Beach, Compton, Linwood, veterans and non-veterans come together, showing this creativity. Then the WO family, that's made up of people around the whole U.S. and stuff, and their family friends, and then our personal family friends, and then those people don't like us. The Lord tells us to show love to our enemies because it's like keeping hot coals of fire on their heads. You counter hate with love. But we had some comments that showed up already. I want to jump on them. Richie King said, see you. How about those Chiefs? Laugh out loud. Have a good show, Roy. Yes, I was going to get onto that. Carl Albertson said, what's up, Roy? He said, I laser engraved a sign for the Chiefs. Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. And stuff. Hey, what's up with you, Carl, man? The Wizard of Oz. Never forgotten for me. You feel me? Started said morning everyone.
Star.
Yep. And then she said, nice Roy Anthony or something like that, I guess. Yes. Also, I'm going to get in that, of course, me and Big Hank run a stand-up comedy show as well, or this podcast for us to be able to demonstrate how we feel on a personal note. this is how we talk and how we put our beliefs out. And how can two not agree? If you know what I'm saying, if you don't agree with something, you can't travel. It can't just travel. You just like it just seems like we have been doing this with them for years.
Yeah.
From the podcast to the stand up into some other endeavors we're about to jump into, which is shooting some stuff. I'm just putting it out there like that. You know, I don't. You know, proof is always in the pudding. You know,
and you ain't talking about shooting nobody with no guns and that.
Oh no, not at all.
Oh,
matter
okay.
of fact, these past days I've been like I'm like a nurse. I ain't killing nothing, letting nothing die. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But no, we would shoot something in certain shows or something like that in movies or fantasy. But no, when we're talking about shooting, we're talking about shooting actual film projects.
Gotcha.
You know, movies, some sitcoms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just getting stuff together. We also have, y'all know that we have our weekly stand up, and we was going through a transition from where we left one location to go to a better location. Not saying the other location wasn't great. We thank the people who we were with, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, there's things that I found out. God told me if I have fault with anybody, forgive them so I can be forgiven. So I can't hold nothing against you because I need to be forgiven.
Right.
The ultimate objective is for me to get where the heaven. You feel me? What profits man to gain the whole world and lose the soul? That's where this battle is about to happen in Hollywood.
Yeah.
See, you know, I'm on the righteous side, or try to be, and that's who I'm gonna give my honor to. Now, I don't have to be part of the other scenarios or something. You know what I'm saying? That's why it's been such a slow progress sometimes for what we're trying to do. Because when you build it on a solid foundation, I'm gonna get on some stuff about that. But first, I would like to bring up that me and Big Hank, we have a weekly comedy show. I didn't design the flyer. I didn't even know they sent pictures, and this is the promoter made this flyer and stuff. We're at Mulaney's Grill in one hell of an Irish bar, which is called the Millionaire Row. I've been hearing more people know it as the Millionaire Row, Big Hank, than they do of it being waterfront.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our first show kicks off March the 7th. Big Hank holds the ships down. Now, those of y'all who don't want to fly in, you got a yacht in the mother stage. They got it where you can bring your yacht and park it right at the spot. Am I lying, Big Hank?
No.
Yachts, your boats, or you can drive your car. Or if you live over there by the area, you can walk across the street. You know? God's blessing. We got Brendan Peters will be back with Brendan Peters Productions with the streaming. That way everybody is going to get a better details of what we're doing. Okay, bro. And wait a minute. First, I got to give my condolences to a good dear friend of mine, Wendy White, and her family. She lost her dad on the 7th. I think he was 78, 79 years old, or probably older. If I'm wrong, she understands, but I told her I wanted to give my condolences to her dad.
Condolences to her and her family.
Yes, much prayers, Wendy, for real. I told her I would definitely mention it, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Then I do want to give a shout out to the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
Look, see, people kept asking me, who you think will win? I said, I'm going to be honest with you. Because I didn't bet. This is probably the first Super Bowl I never betted on. Because I found like when Wesley Snipes said don't bet against black, I found don't bet against 15.
Don't bet against Patrick Mahomes. You better not bet against Patrick Mahomes. That's who you better not bet against, for real.
Better not.
Man, please. Man, they were down 10-0, man. Halftime wasn't looking good, man. Wasn't looking good at all. And here come Patrick Mahomes. And hey man, that dude, hey, did you see when Kelsey got in what's his name face?
Andy Reid?
Yeah, when he got Andy Reid face. Yeah, he said, man, look here, man. It's the Super Bowl, man. Loosen it up, man. Get me the ball. Yeah, get me the ball. Yeah.
But you know, he said that they usually bump into each other, but he caught them off balance. You know, they make whatever. But I do say that what I did see I had never seen this play before, and I study people's offenses. They pulled a running play designed for Mahomes.
Yeah.
That was the change breaker. Remember when he ran for 23 yards?
Yeah.
When you look at the play, they took it from Baltimore.
They took it from Lamar Jackson. Yeah, that's exactly what they took it from.
Exactly. That's
exactly what they took
did.
it from.
And it worked.
I saw it.
You know what it made me see in Mahomes? Oh man, he's one of them people that can they can, whoever their offensive coordinator and stuff, they mother can take their plays and make it work against you. Or they learn plays as they go to play the next opponent.
Yeah.
Because Baltimore, if I'm not mistaken, beat the mess out of San Francisco running the same defense where shallow left, you act like you're going to go to the left and setting up, and next you know, the design play is running for you to run straight 23 yards down the front. And now, I'm going to tell you something. See, I think if you're a professional, you're a leader takes responsibilities for anything that goes wrong, but you don't reflect blame. And one of the things is that you definitely don't do, and it was supposed, is that you got to know the rules. I knew in overtime rules in today's overtime that was changed, that each team gets the
ball.
The biggest thing, sir, should have been trying to get a touchdown. Y'all started playing conservative plays, trying to run the clock down to kick a field goal. Now you're gonna say on national TV that you didn't know.
You didn't know the rules. What?
Jeremy Davis said. Jeremy Daniel said he's president. Good seeing you, Jeremy. God bless you, bro.
Yes, sir, Jeremy.
What'd he say, Big Hank?
Man, they said that they did not know the rules that was changed and that they hadn't prepared for the rule change. And Kansas City said, we've been preparing for the rule change all year.
All year?
All year.
Okay, we're going to hold 2 hours of overtime rule. See, this is one of the things, you know what I don't like? And this is a proven fact. Stop thinking that generational of coaching runs through the blood. Just because his dad done won 2 Super Bowls and he won. Man, this dude ain't no genius.
You talking about Shanahan?
Yes.
Yeah.
Man, look here. I question his decision when you got this. Do you playing against Mahomes for one?
First of all,
you don't play conservative ball.
You can't.
You need to run the score up. You need to do all these little conservative plays. You stop letting Brock Purdy throw the ball. You can't get Kittle into the game because your offense ain't spread out. Defense holding the game down for you for a minute. They shutting Chiefs down. They had them discombobulated in that first half.
They should have kept going to that tight end. His name was
Kittle.
No. Njoku.
Oh, the other guy. guy.
Njoku. Yeah, that mug there. They couldn't stick him.
They kept going with McCaffrey, and I'm thinking like, wait a minute, man. You know what? McCaffrey can't get his runs in unless you open up the pass.
You stretch it out. You got to stretch it out.
How can you not try to stretch? Look here, man. Kansas City secondary's been questioned all year round. All year round.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now you got, you know what it made me feel like, Shanahan, you listen to the public and you listen to Cam Newton about your own quarterback and you took that loss. For real, because he was throwing good in the first quarter and stuff, and you got nervous and you shut your own quarterback down. That's what I felt.
Wow.
Because Brock Purdy didn't have no more playing passes.
Wow.
The hands of scripting are showing. For real. See, man, it's like it's supposed to be. Now, that's what I want to talk about. See, I started noticing something. That's what the subject today is. What is tyranny and what is liberty? Now, Jeremy got me laughing. Danger, Will Robinson, danger, common sense errors. See, I'm gonna tell you something. I blame that whole game on Shanahan. You went with like you a guru. You ain't won nothing for one. Your dad did. I don't know why they make you think like it's in their blood. The ones came down. You feel me?
Yeah.
Big Hank, you the offensive coordinator. You know you ran USC's 4 years of offensive. Know how things work. You know.
That's right.
Look here, and if some things didn't work they get into the quarterback, you know how to improvise to help your quarterback. Right?
Yeah.
Shanahan and them started making passes for Brock Purdy that became conservative and fell into what Cam Newton them said, a game manager. That boy was swinging it.
Yeah, it was.
Then why are you gonna let the pedal off after you 10-0? Why are you playing conservative? Why are you not getting it? Now all of a sudden you don't know the overtime rules and you a Shanahan?
Ain't that something? Yeah, how about that?
That y'all was geniuses.
Yeah, how about that?
Everybody knows that everybody gets the ball again in overtime at least once. And how it goes is the game could be automatically shut down if, say, for instance, one of the cornerbacks, if they do a safety, if they safety the quarterback, that ends the game and stuff. Or if there's a defensive interception, the dude runs for a touchdown, that ends the game. But in the overtime, if you score and you get a field goal, then you need to shut up your defense to keep them from kicking doing the touchdown or get a field goal. So now you get the ball. Now whoever scores next wins.
Right.
But you didn't know that you couldn't do defense. But anyway. Common sense stuff, man. I know Big Hank would have had them for real.
Oh man, being prepared. You got to be prepared, man. And so that's where they lost the game at. Kansas City was prepared. They wasn't.
Yes. Sound like the 10 virgins, 5 had their oil and 5 didn't have enough oil. 5 were prepared, 5 wasn't. Am I correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Now, everybody, I want to get into what today's subject is. Now, why am I talking about tyranny and liberty? I said, you know what? Instead of showing videos, let me just give the visual aid. The word tyranny, and working with Big Hank over the years, y'all, I've learned to make sure that I say words correctly, and I also make sure I know the definition of a word. And if it'll help some people, I would like to start introducing some of the things that I'm saying. Sometimes it may seem like I have a slight slur, or I'm proper along with street talk and stuff, but let me explain the word to you, right? Or let's tyranny. This is tyranny. Tyranny.
Yes, sir.
Tyranny means cruel and oppressive government or rule. That's what tyranny, that's the definition. I'm not making this up.
Cruel and oppressive.
Cruel and oppressive.
And oppressive. Wow.
And oppressive. Now, we're going to get on to that. What's the difference? Now, I want to show what's the definition of liberty. Liberty. They break it down like that so you can understand how to pronounce it. Liberty.
Yes, sir.
It's a noun, which meaning that it is a solid. See, a verb is an action. A verb becomes before a noun because a noun covers a verb, or an adverb is how you say, I ran to the store. The store is the noun. The running is the verb. So this is considered a noun, which means it's a solid. Liberty, the state of being free within society from oppressive restrictions imposed by authority on one's way of life, behavior, or political views.
All right. So they just the opposite.
Just the opposite.
They just the opposite.
Love. Hey, I want everyone to cover me now.
Just the opposite. Yes, sir.
Tyranny. Liberty. Okay. Now, Roy, why you bring this up? Why we bring this up? Well, Thomas Jefferson made a quote back in the day. he made a quote that stated, when people fear the government, Jeremy said again, common sense errors everywhere. That part, Jeremy. But he said when people fear the government, that is tyranny. But when the government fears the people, that's considered liberty. Now, I'm gonna give a slight example. I don't like to use somebody's death to make a point, but sometimes it has to be used. The first time I really understood tyranny within my eyes is when Mr. George Floyd is laying on the ground with the guy's knee on his neck. But the tyranny is that the group of people that was speaking against it wouldn't go past the Asian cop who was just doing them like this. Get back, get back. And nobody would come. Because why? They feared the government, which is that police force at this time, who has the right to kill and destroy without you have to, unless you see a day in court. If you look at that video, when that girl's home, the one Asian cop was telling her, get back, get back. That's because the people feared. If we didn't fear, and they were like, get off that man's neck. If they feared us, he would have got off that man's neck and so forth. You feel me? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got some videos, but I'm not going to show them today, of something that just happened at the Power and Lights in Kansas City, where there was 3 white cops beating on really severe to a young black woman. Young black, look like she's 18, 19 years old. And then they take her into, so the people are, this one white guy is trying to film them, and the one officer said, I don't care if you film me or what. Then they snatching her into a room that's not identified as a public service stuff, right? This is just a room. The dude, they're knocking at the door like what you're doing with in there. You feel me? When they open up the door, there's other cats in there, man, and a couple of black dudes supposed to be authority. Guess what? It's the young girl. She came in there with her friends and stuff, but nobody ain't running to her defense because they scared. When the people fear the authorities or the government. Now, Thomas Jefferson, when he made this quote, that when he's a political figure, he's the president at this stage of time, whatever, and when he said that tyranny is when the people fear the government, that is tyranny. It's when the government fears the people, that's liberty. So they asked him a question. I dug in deeper, Big Hank. So they asked him a question. They said, well, Mr. Jefferson, what is your definition of tyranny? Thomas Jefferson said, tyranny is defined as that which is legal for the government, but illegal for the citizenry. We was talking about former President Donald Trump. Like, we couldn't get away with some of the stuff he got away with. But he's part of the government now. This is a question they asked him when Thomas Jefferson made that quote, that when the people fear the government. So this is what he said. They said, what is your definition of tyranny? Mr. President Thomas Jefferson, he said, tyranny is defined as that which is legal for the government, but illegal for the citizens. Okay. They said So then somebody said, what's the best definition ever in the world of what tyranny is, right? The best definition in the world that ever came out about tyranny is this right here. There is no greater tyranny than that which is perpetrated under the shield of the law and in the name of justice. When we showed a video last week where the police officers up, yeah, you look like you got a warrant. You should say, I'm making a citizen arrest because you look like you done committed murder or something at one time or another.
Yeah.
Now, people say, I don't scared of nobody. I don't scared of nobody. Well, your actions will show. Now, I ain't telling nobody to be like, hey, you know, but we look at, like, let's say the judicial system. They tell me, oh, it's not racist, but the prosecuting attorney and the prosecuting attorney and defense attorney, you know, the court appointed attorneys all have lunch and go to the same dinner. Say, I'm gonna argue with you like this. Hey, BK, can you hold it down for a quick second? For a quick second?
Yeah.
Just for a quick second, please, sir. I gotta take care.
When he said that Thomas Jefferson said that it was legal for the government to be or to be tyrannic, I guess that's what you say, or do tyranny, but it's not legal for citizens. I'm not confused, but what I guess he's saying is that it's okay for the government to oppress the citizens, but not for the citizens to oppress. It's not for citizens to oppress. It's only the government that can be cruel and oppress. And that seemed like I'm not with that answer. I don't really, don't get me wrong. I know Thomas Jefferson wasn't he the first president or something like that?
I think he came in like third or fourth president, but he had a lot of quotes and part of the one who wrote the Declaration of Independence.
Right.
You know, he holds these to be
but
true
now he
that
said
all men are created equal.
But he said it was legal for the government to be cruel and oppressive.
That's why. No, he's stating that that's what they're saying that tyranny is. See, his first quote was that his quote that started it all was, he said, when the people fear the government, that is tyranny, because they was coming under the Queen's rule of over there in England, whatever. But he said, when the government fears the people, that means liberty. We can live the way we want to live.
Gotcha.
And so when they asked him that,
what's the definition of tyranny?
What is the definition of? He said, what is definition of tyranny? And when they asked him that, he said, it's defined as that which is legal for the government but illegal for the citizen.
Got you.
Right? And
it's
then
defined that.
Yeah, and see what got me right here is when the dude, and I felt like this really when the greatest thing of tyranny, because we as blacks know, when I go in my ancestry and my grandfather, his grandmother came over on a ship. And it was right before they was going into the revolution. It was like one of the last ships. And a lot of people don't know, they didn't bring the ships from Africa straight to America. They had what they call seasonings down there in Jamaica and what we call the Bahamas and stuff. That's why blacks, they were seasoned down there and stuff. To break down, they made it an industry. There's no greater tyranny than that which is perpetrated under the shield of law and in the name of justice when we deal with police and all this stuff. So I'm watching the video, and now NATO, they supposed to be, I don't know if it's facts or whatever, but, you know, some people push out propaganda and take, you know, but NATO, I don't see NATO coming over past our U.S., you know, part over our borders. You feel me? Mm-hmm. But we have been letting a lot of cats into our borders, you know, point blank. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They are, one of the things, Big Hank, I just want to say, bro, when we got on this subject, and I was looking at this subject, sometimes I was like, man, I don't want to sound like a dead record, bringing the same. No. But if we don't speak up, it seems like they're right. If we don't speak about the past, it seems to come up and develop and affect our present day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We can't forget about our past anyway, man. It's not it's not, I'm not gonna say it's not beneficial, but we need to pass it down. Just like your history. You gotta pass your history down to your kids so it won't be forgotten. You gotta tell your grandkids and they grandkids. And so we can't forget, man. We can't forget.
You know what gets me is when people are so scared. If anybody who's watching now, season 8 was to me a season of teaching how to do growth. We dealt with anger. How do you deal with anger? How do you deal with, like, who do you get your advice from? If God can use a donkey, he can use anybody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Especially somebody because they own drinks or who they've been before. You know what I'm saying? I listened to your wife's show and stuff. I was like, wow, you know what I'm saying? It gets me that the sisters go through just as much as the black man.
Come on, man.
You know, the sisters is some of y'all guys who's giving up your butts is because that's what you want to do. Some of these women been forced in a situation. Some of these sisters and stuff by these oppressed. You know what I'm saying? I'm being real. Especially when I see men handling young women, grown men. You wouldn't want nobody doing your daughter like that.
No, sir.
All these police officers down in Power Lights. You know what I'm saying? Somebody always make a thing, for real. There's too much one side. There was a boy at this high school out here, he grown boy, he 18, he supposed to be arrested. Hit the little 16-year-old high school girl in her nose, called her a nigga, bap, hit her in her nose.
Wow.
They suspended him. No, he's supposed to be arrested.
Wow.
Because if it was the other way around, and so you definitely, and see, this is why justice is supposed to be blind. All men are created equal. That's why some people don't want to go with, and I'm gonna get onto this. Now I wanted this part right here because this week is about this subject, but I want to get on some stuff so we can know that we are on the same page. Big Hank, let me ask you a question.
Yes,
what
sir.
does nationalist mean to you?
A nationalist?
Yes.
A nationalist.
Yeah. I've been studying this word, and I'm gonna bring that word.
You gotta enlighten me on it. I've heard of it, and I heard that.
Well, the media perplexes. They perplex I don't know if I'm saying the word right. You correct me, but they put it out there like it's in the same category as if they was KKK members.
That's what I heard, something like that.
Right. That's kind of. But when I dig in deeper, because go ahead.
And I think they call themselves white nationalists. Am I correct?
Well, the media calls them that. Okay. Now, you just said about our history, right? Knowing our history. We know the background of KKK dealing with black folks.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yeah.
But I keep going back to when, okay, let's say, for instance, we hear in the media, Proud Boys.
Yeah.
When I'm trying to figure out how are they a KKK? They don't even call them like that. I've never heard where the Proud Boys beat up a group of blacks. Never heard that one time.
Mm-hmm.
So when former President Donald Trump said, "Stand by us," did we what did we take it as?
Hmm. What you talking about when he said what? When he told them to stand by?
Yeah, what did we take it as?
We take it as he wasn't talking to us. That's what we got to take it. He wasn't talking to us and stand by.
That's what, and what you just said is what I'm gonna. It'd be different if he was like talking to if he was talking to the KKK members, David Duke or somebody. Hey, y'all stand by. Now I'm concerned. I'm starting to wonder that the media even made us look at them, because when I looked at those who carried Confederate flags and nooses was not part of Proud Boys, they don't believe in that. See, for a few months here, I've been studying them and this group called the Third Percenters. Now, what people will do is the population and stuff of, and I'm gonna get to about 3 percenters. The Proud Boys believe, and I'm not saying I'm gonna join their group or be one of the first, right? Because it just seems to be more white, so we think, but there's some Latino guys up in there or whatever. Anyway, I'm not saying it's somebody I want to join, but I don't let other people pick my enemies neither, because it seems like a smoke screen for me to concentrate on them, and they ain't did nothing to me. Because my uncle said that when they was over in Vietnam War, the Vietnamese was like, "We ain't do nothing to you, especially you, black man. What you over here fighting for?"
Mm-hmm.
That's what my uncles them who was over there in them jungles. Found out they would do more to the whites over there than the brothers, because they thinking that we're being forced when they was in those POW camps. I ain't gonna go into that one in the subjects, because some of the stuff that's plighted to others didn't affect us, but we start looking at it. Now, I'm trying to figure out that anybody, all we knew is Democrats were saying, we going against anything he said, and look out, but under Democrats is when there's so many prisons being made. And this is our own comrades. I'm looking at the facts.
Mm-hmm.
Over 2 million blacks was arrested and gone to prison during President Barack Obama's terms of 8 years. I'm just being honest. The facts don't lie. And nobody can say, well, you don't have that power. God took a murderer who dwelt in the desert with a new family for 40 years, and God instructed him to go get his people out of there. He said, I can't even talk. God, I stutter. I have a speech impediment. You know Moses. Now, Big Hank on Wednesday nights, Wednesday afternoons, y'all check out the show, because he speaks on the word. He coming from the service. Man, I was enjoying the service. Want to tell you congratulations and stuff. I was there when you got appreciated by the pastor with some of the other devout workers of the church.
Yes, sir.
For real. I knew Big Hank was gonna get everybody.
Thank
Big
you.
Hank, I'm attending, but not. I'm a member and stuff. My ministry is such broad, but the St. Luke's Holy Baptist Church on the west side of Long Beach. Big Hank knows the exact address, but just look up St. Luke's Holy Baptist Church, west side Long Beach.
1401 West 34th Street, Long Beach, California.
One of the beautiful streets over there on the west side, for real.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. And I count that with the way God's growing them. Anybody from, and that's been real. But I was there watching it, and I was like, man, that was so cool, man.
That was cool, man. And man, the church paid off, all that, man. Everything. God working. God, Dr. Williams, he said, I didn't come here to run the church. I just came here to make sure that it's run right. Yes. And come on, man, and he makes sure it's run right.
And he's not lying, y'all. His man gave me logic. He brought me in the pastor study. He was like, hey, man, I was like, I please ask you know what? I've asked other ministers. hey man, what
Yeah.
happens when I have to pay my bill and pay
Yeah.
time? Man, pay God. Get
Yeah.
that. That's what they say to me. And I'm like,
Yeah.
this dude, yeah, I do it your way. My lights gets turned on. We're going to pray the
Yeah.
Lord to increase your pay, bro. Make sure your lights don't go off. Oh, you can't help me. You feel me? But now,
Yeah.
Dr. William, he was like, I said, hey, Doc, Pastor, Big Hank calls him Doc. I'm not at that level yet. I tried to say Doc. I can't even do it. Yeah, for real, y'all. Pastor Williams, you understand me? Big Hank got a close relationship. And I'm still like an intern, right? Well, he said, I said, Pastor Williams, I'll be between my bills and paying tithes and stuff. He said, hey, bro. He said, hey, take care of your home. God bless you to take care of your home first. He said, we got some people who don't even pay their. I mean, man, that was the best answer he gonna give. Then he didn't give me no, you need to do it like this. You do. He said, let me show you how Big Hank do it.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at Big Hank like, wow. And you wouldn't know. You see how he carry himself? He carries himself, but guess what? The spirit doesn't live on the outside for everybody. So you just go by the actions. You don't know what's in that man's heart.
Yes, sir.
That's
yes,
why
sir.
the word of God tells us, be careful who you entertain. And may be an angel unaware.
Unaware.
You mess up your blessings because you're so busy. Yeah, I'm correct.
Yeah, you looking past people instead of looking at people, man. You got to look at people. Yes, sir.
And isn't this what we're doing? Like, okay, I would like to. We talked about this before, back in 2018, 19, Big Hank. Well, we can have somebody from the Proud Boys, from the Antifa. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk with herself. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, I don't have no enemies against somebody. When they said stand by, the media made them think that, oh, these KKK members gonna take over.
Mm.
What would have happened if they would have took over Congress or whatever? Why did we think we was going back into slavery? What difference would have been happening where we got more black men in prison more than all the time of slavery? You tell me, well, it could get worse than that?
Mm-hmm.
It can get worse than that. I'm just minding my business and the cop tells me, you look like you got a warrant. Give me your ID.
Yeah. But we didn't say it. Trump the one said he's going to try to make America great again. When was it great again? You know what I mean?
See, yeah. But and that bad terminology and stuff. But I looked up a lot of his background on activities and stuff before this political scene. And there's some real testimonies where they don't, he asked them, don't come in the public about it, for real. But I don't knock nobody. I just know that a lot of entertainers got successful coming through his Atlantic. When they had Atlantic, you go into Atlantic, that was a big thing for a performer. From Michael Jackson to Prince, any of that. And they said they paid top dollar for that artist and stuff. I don't knock. But one of the things I got to do is, because somebody can take a soundbite from us. You remember, I lost that job, didn't want to let me go because they didn't take that, how we deal with Native Americans out there in Cali, where they got casinos and making money. It's different from the Native Americans, I guess, up there in Maine. And the dude said, well, the Indians here, they're barely making it in part. And I said, well, that's your fault. The Native Americans by us own casinos and got houses for everybody in their family.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yes, sir.
I think that tyranny is when we scared to speak the truth. I'm asking the rappers, how many can we keep cooking in a pot? Where's the plan? How much dope you gonna keep cooking? Because ain't nobody not going to jail, bro. Your plans to send niggas to jail. I'm lying, Big Hank. Swirl it up, cook it in the pot. Come on, man. You gotta have some type of ingenuity more than that. Give me a cold beat, now I'm stirring it in a pot. I was listening to you and homie on that Christmas thing again. I gotta bring that video again. Jesus is real too. I was talking about the Christmas one, but Jesus is real is a serious video.
Yes, sir. Awesome
it
video.
#1. It beat out Kanye West. And we
All
got
of them. All of them. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Whistling Dixie, y'all. This is the real. If you're not in Long Beach on March the 7th, that's when we pick it back up. If you're not in Long Beach, you can watch our show. You just go to Roy Anthony Live. Please subscribe. We should be hitting the bing bing, but we don't have a lot of time for that and stuff. Big Hank gives out these hours and stuff. Most of his time is for the house of the Lord. That's the truth. You can measure somebody up and it's like, oh, he wearing a Long Beach hat. Lord, don't look at symbols on your hat and stuff unless you got some devil worshiping stuff.
That ain't got nothing to do with nothing.
The blood of the lamb is painted. You can believe the blood of the lamb is painted on his threshold. It ain't no, you feel me?
Yeah.
I've got in line with the same way. Those in Cali, please come check it out. Mulaney's Grill, one hell of an Irish bar. If you looked at it, if you go to it, the site, you'll see how beautiful it is. Big Hank will be running this. A lot of people has been telling me they look forward to seeing you. Some other stuff people say remember you now. They didn't remember you about some things before. They're like, yeah, I've been doing Big Hank for a minute. We did a lot of stuff together. I ain't heard of you, bro. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But I want to get on to this, but before we get off, Hank.
Yeah.
What is I know you love football. That's given. But have you watched the football movie with Snoop?
No, but I heard about it.
I want to say this. I'm going to be honest. When I first turned on the movie, I turned it off when Mike Epps was carjacking in front of Polly, right? Mm-hmm. And there was some little white kids and stuff playing, and he was carjacking. And so I was like, oh, man, this is about to be whack, right? I'm being honest.
Yeah.
But something told me to go on, about later on that evening. I said, I'm going to go on and finish it. I just want to give Snoop his respect to see what he come up with, right? Hey, man, the movie got good with the point down. It brought a tear to the brother eye.
Okay.
Yeah,
That's what it's supposed to do.
Yeah, obnoxious and you know what I'm saying, but the little kids, what it is, right? But I got into it and I seen where storyline's going. So I would tell anybody, give it a chance, check it out. It starts a little bit of slow and stuff. I see what they doing with setting it up like any other joke, right? But I just want to give a shout out once again to the Chiefs and the city of Kansas City. When I'm in Los Angeles, I feel like I'm a bunch of champions. But when I'm in Kansas City, I've been feeling like I'm around a bunch of champions. Even though I'm a Raiders fan, I did not wear no Raiders gear while I was here during the playoffs because some people take their fanship a little bit too much. And here, blacks and whites and Latinos, they all bonded. Even the Eastern Indians, they was all bonded. I walked in one time before the playoff, I had my red gear, and the whole store was like, "Oh, look at red." I'm like, "Okay, these are odds I can't fight."
Right. They fanatic about their fanship out there. They fanatic about
exactly. So I had to respect through the playoffs.
Yes,
there's nobody, but I don't poke the bear. I don't start nothing that you feel me?
Smart. You smart, man. You learn.
Yeah. Like today I'm wearing genetics. Want to give a shout out to the genetics.
G.
My man's doing something. His baby girl, I want to give a shout out to her. Remember baby girl we would see carrying stuff for G to come in?
Yeah.
I thought she was carrying cancer cell that really takes babies out when they young. And she was able to carry this for 17. She had it was in one of her kidneys. They took her kidney out and stuff. And matter of fact, she heard me talk. I want to give her a shout out because when I told her when she's feeling better when the show started, got to let her come and be at VIP, right? I'm gonna give a shout out to Navigator as well. Anything you got to say before we close this out, bro?
Man, shout out to Navigator. You and Navigator, man, for making everything pop off, man. Also, we got to give it up to God, man, for getting us there where we are now. And then for anybody else, man, Galatians 6:7, be not deceived. God is not mocked, but whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap it. Always remember that, man. Whether good or bad, Whether it's good or bad, you're gonna get it back. So just read good and don't be doing all that other stuff. So it is good.
I totally concur with what Big Hank said, y'all. Like I said, this week I want you to think about it. Thursday, we're going to go more about what's the difference of tyranny and liberty, because we need to figure out how do we do. This is what, 2024. We deep into the 21st century, but yet our barbaric way still takes us back to 1860 something. Because if you look at the math, 1776 to when was slavery abolished? 1868.
Something like that.
But there was some that were slaves. All blacks wasn't slaves. There's a lot of proportion of that. Let's get to know who people are before we become our enemies. Give me some facts. Anybody, you tell me who Proud Boys really is. Are they KKK? Because I didn't know. I've never heard of them being racist. And why did we take it like that? Do a white nationalist is considered people like the KKK? Because to myself, KKK is a terrorist group. They are not nationalists. They are a terrorist cell. So, but anyway, like Big Hank always say, act like God is watching. You know that God is watching. Don't act like it. Know that God is watching.
Live like God is watching. Yes, sir.
At all times. I'm Roy Anthony. This has been Big Hank Norman. You come out to the show March 7th, you see us live.
Yes, sir.
Tomorrow afternoon, Big Hank. What time do your prayer service?
12 o'clock. 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock.
12 o'clock. That's 12 o'clock. That's Pacific Standard Time. That's 2 o'clock on the Midwest. Also tonight, always after our show, the WO Entertainment Show, which is 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 6 p.m. here. They run the night show. That's the one that Richie. They host him and Commander. Man, I be watching it. They be having some facts. It's something to be laughing. Give me subjects to think about. See how our brothers and sisters of other races, other communities, how they think and stuff. You know, we got the same common goal: take care of our family. All right. Well, God bless, Big Hank. You and your family. Love you very much.
Love you too, bro.
Love you too, sis.
Man, kiss mom for me.
Oh yeah, for real. You do the likewise, bro. And Mr. Norm, you feel me? His blessing holding. I can feel it, bro. It's the Roy Anthony Library does what he blessed, not the building.
Let's go.
Okay. God bless y'all.
Welcome to the Roy Anthony
every Tuesday and every Thursday. Y'all tap in.
Is this thing on? Can you hear me?
Roy
Is anybody
Anthony
out
Show
there?
is the spot.